It's that time of the week again, folks. Time for Your Music Live here on Studio Live today, brought to you by our good friends at DistroKid. Should we do it? Let's do it.
Your music, your music, your music live. Your music, your music, your music live.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Your Music Live for another week here. If it's your first time here, my name is Pete, and this is our show where for the next 2 hours, you need to strap yourself in because we've got some of the best independent music going around. And again, it is brought to you all by our wonderful sponsors, DistroKid. If you are an independent artist and you want to get your music out there to Spotify, to Apple Music, to Deezer, to Amazon, to everywhere, DistroKid got you hooked up for less than $20 per year. You can release an unlimited amount of music and you can save yourself 7% off by using the link up there or down in the description. But that's enough from me. I want to hear from you. Let's jump into our very first track. This is Anvil Head with Earthache to kick us off in a big bad way here on Your Music Live. Right, that's how you kick off a show. And I'm not saying that because it's anything to do with me. I just chose it because I thought that was the energy that we needed. And I've got one word for you: bass. That was very, very cool, funky bass. Really nice. Love the guitars over the tops. Love the panning. Love the mix. Love the balance. Tell you what, Anvil Head, jump over to slaps.com and follow Anvil Head if you're not already, because they produce some pretty darn cool music. And if you're not familiar with slaps.com, it is like think of SoundCloud without all the ads. That's the way I look at slaps.com. It's from our friends at DistroKid. It is a great music sharing platform, really cool. And what you can do is exactly what I'm about to do here and go, just opened YML with a bang using this track. There you go. So you can throw your comments in there. You can let the artist know what you think of their tune. Hello, everybody. I hope you are doing well. And we're going to kick right on in to our next tune. And we're going to stay on slaps.com. That's right. We're going slaps back to back. I'm going to slap you back today. We're going to move on to this track from King of Rockets, and they say, recorded in Propellerhead's Reason. I'm responsible for the vocals, guitar, bass, harmonica, mandolin, and drums. The song was inspired by someone who I thought had optimistic eyes. If you choose to play the track, Pete, could you please start it from around 1 minute 57? See, I can do that, because what we do here on this show, we don't play the whole track and nothing but the track. We play a sample of your song. So if you are submitting, you can use the link down in the description. You can do exactly what King of Rockets did here and tell us where you'd like your track started from. So we're going to kick into this one, King of Rockets, and a track called Optimistic Eyes on Your Music Live.
Is that a message I can hear? Or is it just another
voice in my head. My mind is a magician, it sometimes plays tricks on me. I can't give away my secrets. I can't tell anybody what is going on.
Little bit of Optimistic Eyes from King of Rockets there. Yeah, some very sweet tones, a little bit of country vibe perhaps, but very, very cool. I loved the instrument selection in there, and it just came together in such a balanced way. There are two opening tunes there that if you want to learn about getting a balanced mix that's not super muddy but is still super full, I think you could learn a lot from those first two tracks. Really cool stuff. And yeah, the chord progression the chord progression in there, Warren, I don't know what the heck accent that was. See, no one can get offended by that because that was no one's accent. That was just me unable to speak for a couple of seconds there. King of Rockets, rockin' tune there for shores. Let's move on to our next tune, and we're going to grab this one. We're going to go over to the SoundCloud. Look, there's nothing wrong with the SoundCloud. It's just not slaps.com, and I think slaps.com is a little bit cooler, just quietly. But we're going to play a tune here from, where did it go? There it is, from Steve Boland. And Steve says, this is the last track I'll be sending you from the album The Southern Dread. And I'm assuming that's not dreadlock, that's like dread. Before I get to work on some recent songs I've written. Thanks again for all you do, and I hope everyone has a happy and safe new year. Yeah, how's your 2022 going? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing fine and dandy, although it's challenges and things, but we're here to listen to music. So let's just get on with it, shall we? This is from Steve Boland. It's called Pretty Good here on Your Music Live.
I'm ready for fortune, my misfortune. Set it down. try. Alright.
Very cool indeed. Yeah, nice guitars in there, nice pads, nice sort of backing track, bringing it all together. Steve Boland, talented guy, and talented musicians all around for those first few. And yeah, the vocals in that one were really, a bit Tom Petty. Someone was saying Tom Petty, and lots of air in the mix as well. This must be like mixing practice, because all of the songs that we've played so far are very, very well mixed. So you could listen to these, and that's why I love listening to other people's music, is you get ideas. And I'm listening to this now going, gee, I'm working on a song at the moment, and my song sounds like a muddy mess compared to this. I need to throw some EQ in. I need to create some space, because remember, you can't just have everything playing all the time. You need to create space. But yeah, I like a slow burner. Exactly. I love a slow burner like that one. Does indeed sound professional. Welcome aboard. Thank you for being here. This show is brought to you by our friends at DistroKid, so do check out the link up the top and down in the description. And we do thank DistroKid for being back on board in 2022, right? How cool are DistroKid? They are not only a great place for you to release your music, but they're supporting shows like myself here, like Mike over at Creative Source, Jade Star. They're sponsoring the community that you know and love, and bringing these sort of shows to you. So that's pretty darn cool, if I do say so myself. And as Thomas says, you can save yourself 7% off using the link down below. Speaking of the link down below, there are some links to all of the songs that we're going to play down there, including this next one, which is coming from someone you may know and love, and that is our man Russ 8889. Now, he's teamed up with a singer that you may be aware of, a lady by the name of Lady Rodeline Straight. And what he says is, "Hi Pete, was hoping to squeeze this in last year, but here is the Delicate Giants collaboration with Lady Rodeline Straight and I've an Idea, with a play on words in the title. Here is a cover of the classic tune done in the Delicate Giant style, mastered by Jade Star, mixed by I Have an Idea. Will be a bit quieter this year. That I managed a track and video every week last year. Thank you for including and making part of YML last year," from Russ. And yes, and unfortunately, for whatever reason, the submission didn't come through last week for our end of year show. But you know what? We get to kick ourselves off with a little bit of Russ 8889, teaming up here with Lady Rodeline Straight and Nights in White Satin on Your Music Live. A little bit of Nights in White Satin. See what Russ did there? Yeah. Very cool. Very nicely done. Very understated. There were ways that you could have done that wouldn't have really suited the Delicate Giants style, but not surprisingly, the Delicate Giants really did crush it with that one. Again, what are we learning here today, folks? I'm trying to, in 2022, I want to refocus, because when we first started this show, I wanted to focus on not necessarily critiquing songs, but working out what we can learn from other people's music, because I think it's super important. I think you can get all up inside your own business sometimes and forget to listen to other music and listen critically and go, oh, what are they doing and how are they doing it? And then the cool thing about this community is if you don't know how they're doing it, you can ask them. And everyone will pretty much tell you. There's not a whole lot of secrets around here. That's at least what I've found anyway. So yeah, if you want to know, if you want to learn from Russ how he does it, in fact, go watch the interview he did with Jade Starr, because he talked about how he creates music and some of the techniques and methods that he uses. And some of them are super simple. You'd probably be surprised at exactly how simple some of them are. All right, we're going to hear from our sponsors DistroKid in a moment, but first, why don't we hear a song that was released using DistroKid? Because the cool thing is, whenever I see a song like this, the first thing I do if it's on YouTube here is I scroll on down and I click this Show More, and I see if it was provided to YouTube by DistroKid. I know we're on a winner. So this is going to be a good song just because it came through DistroKid. But you know what I mean. DistroKid are cool. So Infinity Vayne, they say this song is prompted with your recent play of Donster, Stevie Ray Dawn. I am a student you spoke of the student that you spoke of in Dallas Fort Worth, DFW, which I've now learned. Forever's Gone was written and released on DistroKid October 31st, 2021. There you go, my daughter's birthday and Halloween. Using GarageBand and mastered with Final Touch and Beef plugin. It is about escaping my former abusive marriage of 6 years, although I carried this pain around for years after I had to find a way to let it go. The absolute best part of this the song is your YouTube music writing videos help me do this. Very cool. I can't thank you enough. I'm unsure about the content of your radio show, but disclosure, there is the use of an F word once. It is more an embellishment though. There you go. So prior warning, potentially explicit language if we get to the point where there's an F-bomb. So let's take a listen to this one. It's Infinity Vayne with Forever's Gone on Your Music Live.
Show me that you can.
sure. I like the delay on that last vocal there. Forever's Gone from Infinity Vayne. We're starting to get this following in the Texas scene in Dallas Fort Worth here on the show, which is very cool. Donster, Stevie Ray, Dawn. I'm learning every time I get a submission and I hear from these folks. I'm learning more about the Dallas music scene, and it sounds like they've got themselves a pretty darn cool music scene over there in Dallas, which is cool. And yeah, I know there's cool music scenes all over the world. Unfortunately, just some of them are, most of them, all of them, are kind of stalled at the moment because we kind of can't do the whole live music thing very safely in very many parts of the world. But it'll be back. We'll be back in some form. And until then, guess what? We're live. This is our music scene. This is a global scene. So it's the same sort of thing. It just means that you don't have to be restricted by borders and boundaries. And you can be everywhere all at once. Speaking of everywhere all at once, if you would like your music to be everywhere all at once, use our sponsors, DistroKid. They are our sponsors, but they're also kind of our friends. And I know that sounds super cheesy, but it's the way I feel. Look, I wear them on my shirt, for goodness sake. So if you want to release your own music, use DistroKid. You can release an unlimited amount of music. Now, I was going back through the music that I released, and I was a little bit sad because despite the fact that DistroKid let me release an unlimited amount of music, you can see here that from my first song in January 2021, Murdering Time, to my last song, Work in Progress, which I released at the end of September, only 4 tunes. 4 songs in the whole of 2021. So I've already made a commitment, a promise to release at least 12 songs, do a song a month for the year of 2022. Because why not? Because DistroKid give me the ability to do it. And the other thing that they have is a whole bunch of cool ways to promote your music, to enhance your music, to do other cool things. And I wanted to show you a couple of these under the not the promotion, where is it? Get Heard. There's a couple of cool things here under the Get Heard. We've already looked at slaps.com. That's the cool music sharing platform. You've got the playlist Spotlight. So what you can do is come in here and vote. You can listen to music, and this is a great way to discover new music. Hint, maybe Pete uses this to, identify some cool tunes that might want to play on YML, just quietly. And you can come in here, you can vote for the artist, and you can even DM the artist if you really dig their song. Again, wonder how Pete gets in touch with some of these artists. Yeah. You can also submit your own song in here. You can add your track. So if you want to put your song here, so let's just go in here and add my most recent song, Work in Progress here. We'll just start it from the very start. You can choose whichever 29 seconds slaps the hardest. You need to connect it with your Spotify. You say yes, continue, and then it'll jump in here, and there you go. It submits it to the Spotlight playlist there. And what you can even do is copy it here, and then you can actually paste it, as I'm going to do right here now in the chat. So if anyone wants to go and vote for me, then guess what? If you win the votes, I know competitiveness isn't for everyone. It's not really for me, but it's just a bit of fun that you can do there. You can go in there and do the playlist Spotlight. The other one that's super fun, and we'll give it one spin here, is the Wheel of Playlist. And it's just a cool way to, again, have some fun with your music. We're going to go in here to Work in Progress, and we're going to, again, connect with Spotify. What it's going to do is going to spin a wheel, and whatever number I get, that's the number that I get put on the playlist on Spotify. So if we hit the spin the wheel button, and I think I saw Frigsy or someone on the community got number 4 recently. See, I normally get things like this, number 2,216, which is less than ideal. But you do get to spin again. I think you get 2 spins these days, or is it 3? We're not improved. Let's spin one more time with Feeling. Whenever I do this live, I always get the worst results. Yeah, look at that. So if anyone goes to this playlist, you can check out the playlist there. You can jump over. If anyone goes to this playlist and they listen to 1,824 other songs, then they'll get to hear me. So there you go. So just a little bit of a sneak peek behind the scenes of some of the cool things that DistroKid can do if you want to release your music using DistroKid. And we thank them again for their constant support of your music live. Colin Stanton said, and we've played Russ, so now we have to play a Beatles song just to balance out the universe. Colin Stanton says, you've been talking about Beatles songs, and I have. So I sent one along to you with Affections. And this is over on slaps.com once again. So Colin Stanton has done a very cool cover. Why am I not following Colin on Slaps? There we go. Fixed. Colin has submitted this one, And I Love Her, a very underrated but super cool Beatles tune. So let's take a listen to Colin Stanton's take of And I Love Her here on Your Music Live.
I give them all my love. That's all I do. And if you saw my love, you'd love her too. And I love her. She gives me everything, and tenderly I kiss my beloved ring. She brings to me and I love her. Love like ours will never die as long as I live. Bright are the stars that shine, dark is the sky.
Very cool, very well done there from our friend Colin Stanton, and a very unique cover of And I Love Her, classic Beatles tune. Yeah, there was a question there from Gregory about covers on Slaps. I think because Slaps.com, I think as Kim said, Slaps.com, you're not monetizing it. It's a little bit like YouTube. I don't think there's any licensing required. I could be wrong on that, but I've definitely seen a bunch of covers on Slaps. And I think because Slaps is kind of a little bit more underground at this stage, I don't think that it comes under the same sort of scrutiny as other services. So I think as long as you're not using the original music or using samples or remixing original sound, if you're doing a cover, I think you'll be fine to release it or to share it on slaps.com. So do go and sign up to slaps.com because it's free and you might as well. A couple of thank yous to shout out here. Thank you to Andy and Stu. This is actually before the C word. This was the setup for the last gig that the Indigo Sunsets did, which is they're now back to gigging, or probably not again now, but they were in the in-between times between 3 and 4. So thank you. I've borrowed this. I just thought it's such a cool picture with the orange amps there and the Marshall stack and the Telecaster in the background there that I like to use this from time to time. And thank you to our man Kronk Song. I don't think we have a Kronk Song on the playlist for this week. Maybe a submitted one, but I do have to pull the list about 24 hours before we go live just so that I can get things set up. But if you like this song, no, not that one. I'm still playing Slaps in the background. If you like this song,
Your music live. Your music.
then that is from our friend Kronk Song. So the community really comes to the party here. I beg, borrow, and steal to get things going on. Did Sharon and Karen submit a song? I don't know. I don't think we have any Sharons or Karens in the community, which is weird. But don't forget that if you're having fun here today, thumbs up is a good idea. Hit the share button and share it with a friend. Phone a friend and tell them I'm listening to Your Music Live and you should listen to it too. And they'll be like, what the heck is Your Music Live? And then you get to explain it. And then it's fun. All right, we are halfway through our first section here. We do have a toilet break that's going to be an absolute cracker for you here today. But that's still got 30 minutes of very cool music to come. And we're going to jump into Marcus Cannell and his final song of 2021. Marcus says, "Hi, Pete. This is my last tune of the year. No more tunes from me now until the next year. I managed to create 37 tunes this year alone. Wowzers. I'm quite happy with that." Well, yeah, after we just talked about the fact that I created 4, I think you can be pretty happy with 37. And here's to 2021. And the one thing I'll say to Marcus is, can you please start naming your songs? Because every time I put them in the list here, I'm just like, it's Instrumental Rock Creation number 37 by Marcus Cannell. Just call it Rockin' Fire Death. There you go. So take a listen to this one. This is Rockin' Fire Death by Marcus Cannell on Your Music Live. Rockin' fire death, rockin' fire death, rockin' fire death coming down the road. No, it's not. I'm so sorry, Marcus. That was super cool. Rockin' drag racing car or something. And apologies for this small drop out of signal there in the middle of the song. We do get that from time to time. Okay, guess what? We live in the future, but sometimes people get up for their morning coffee here in Adelaide. They turn on their internets and they start Netflixing. And obviously we've got some early Netflixers on my network today in my area. But very, very cool stuff. Hello, Tom and Co, who snuck on in here as well. Yeah, I know Pete's singing. You could never get away from it. Yeah, I'm just such I big note myself and I like my singing, so I just go with it. If you play too many instrumentals, if I get too many instrumental submissions, I'm going to sing. So you have to be careful of that. Speaking of being careful, you should be careful of Shawn Michael Hurley, because otherwise you'll end up listening to cool music. No, that didn't sound right. Sorry, Shawn. That made it sound a little bit weird. Actually, I think we play. I keep getting confused with Shawn Michael Hurley's tunes, because I'm almost sure we played this tune before. But you know what? I'm just going to spin it again. It's Belladonna Acoustic. Maybe we didn't. I'm just going to play. He says, I know 2 songs submitted simultaneously. Well, fortune favours the bold and inspired. Well, this is a holdover from a few weeks back. You were so lovely to play this song in Garage Rock Iteration. I wanted to send you an unplugged take. Okay, which I think is better altogether. I think there may be a dynamic problem, which I'm trying to patch over with. You got it. More layers. Fortunately, this is my hobby, even if it's a demanding one. Pete, you are amazing. Thank you, my friend. Stay at it. I will be staying at it. So let's give this one a spin. It is Belladonna Acoustic by Shawn Michael Hurley on Your Music Live. Very cool indeed. Love the acoustic in that one. Love the vibe all around. Cool. Yes. Wonderful, beautiful organic tones. Yeah, like it. And the subtle percussion. Again, I think today it's been the guitars and it's been the mixing. And it's weird how every week we seem to get a different kind of theme. Like the songs seem to clump together, or maybe it's just the perception of it. But today it seems to be amazing guitar tones and really nice sparse mixing. I think we've had a whole bunch of really well mixed tracks that have space. And I think that's the key. I think a lot of the time we don't put enough space in our mixes. And when I say we, I mean me, because I definitely don't put enough space in my mixes from time to time. Hello, everybody who's just joined us here live. If it's your first time here, say hello, wave to the people, blow them kisses. Maybe not, but say hello, because we've got a very friendly community here, a lot of cool folks who dig on indie music vibes. And if you want to submit your own song for future consideration, check out the link down below. Just go to studiolivetoday.com/YML, which is what our friends at 15th Bend have done. Now, 15th Bend kind of came onto the scene here a few weeks back, a couple of months back. We've played a few of their tunes here on the show now. I've heard them on other places. They may have came from other, I don't know. I don't know if they were here first or elsewhere. We got so many different shows now in the community that it is super cool. Like I hear the same artists around the place, and it's really cool to hear the exposure that some of these indie artists are getting. So they say, hi Pete, this song is recorded in Ableton on my home studio, if you can even call it a studio. Hey, my bedroom's a studio, although I've got this here right now. As you may already know, I started learning the guitar last year when lockdown started, the end of March 2020, and took a deep dive into DAWs this year. So my mixes are not technically great, but I try my best. The song is an atmospheric guitar instrumental. It's also Instrumental Day, about how everything around us is balanced one way or another, whether we realize or not. Hope you enjoy it. See, balance, guitars, instrumentals, it's all coming together here today. 15th Bend with Balance, an instrumental on Your Music Live. Don't sing, Pete. If this is 15th Bend as an amateur, well, help us all once you actually get some chops. Right? Some amazing guitar work. Again, very nice instrumental. I like that it was called Balance, because that was a super balanced mix. Like, again, if you want to learn about mixing, listen to where the space is in that mix. It's not overdone. You don't need much more than a pad and a lead part and some rhythm. That's really all it is. Rhythm, melody, and some sort of pad. And you can usually get yourself a pretty amazing tune, just like that one. Really good. And yeah, but for people that joke about the fact that I never play solos, just submit a song like that that's all solos, and then you can't go wrong. Thank you to our friend JDL, John David Lees, for the £4.49. Really do appreciate that. Oh no, I did an accent. All right, it's all over. All right, bye folks. No, that wasn't it. People are like, that wasn't an accent, Pete. That sounded like nothing. You've got nothing to worry about. Which is true. Alrighty, let's move on to our next tune. This one comes from Nathan D'Souza. Nathan D'Souza says, "Hi Pete, I recorded this track in GB only using my phone and a little thing called Vox amp plug. No amps and no PC. I wanted to do something slow, sad and melodic using some harmonies. I hope you like it." Well, if the quality of music today has been anything to go on, I think I will, because everyone's just crushing it and hitting it out of the park. I think everyone's just spent 2021 creating and making music and getting better, and 2022 is going to be even better by the sounds of it, which is a bit ridiculous. So let's take a listen to this one. It's our friend Nathan D'Souza and a tune called Echoes of Goodbye on Your Music Live. That was a hard one to move on from because I was just getting into such a calm Zen state. And yeah, how good were the birds in the background there? And then the bass drum just coming in there towards the end. Yeah, a mini tubular bells. I agree. Hello, Kim Harden Hudson. I don't remember saying your name. I've seen you in the chat. Here's the thing: if I haven't said hello to you, I've probably seen you, but it can be hard for me to keep up. So don't ever think I'm snubbing you. And it's the same if I can't play your song. Keep in mind that in 2 hours we can really only play between 30 and 35 songs, and that's at playing 2 minutes of them. So we simply can't play every song from every person, every submission, every week. So I just wanted to put that out there because I know some people are like, why did you play this song and not that song? We do the best we can, but we catch up, and then we do shows like we did during the week where we do a big catch-up show, so don't worry. Don't stress. We'll be all cool. Alrighty. We're gonna sort of mellow down, but don't worry. We'll pick it. We got some rockin' tracks, I can assure you, in the second half as well. But we still got another 15 minutes, so we've got about another 4 or 5 tracks before our customary mid-show toilet break. And we're going to jump in and listen to this one from Jason Short. Now, this one I haven't actually listened to. A lot of the time I listen to and vet the music. Sometimes I don't get a chance to, which is always a wee bit of a risk, but I do trust Jason on this one. He says, a cover of Canadian artist Blue Rodeo's After the Rain. It was recorded remotely in Italy, piano, Spain, Hammond organ, Nigeria, backing vocals, and lead vocals by me, Jason Short, in Canada. None of the artists knew each other or had heard the song before. Mixed mostly in GarageBand, mastered in GarageBand. That sounds pretty darn cool. I'm looking forward to whatever comes of this, but I'm sure it will be cool. This is After the Rain, a Blue Rodeo cover. This is Jason Short and Friends on Your Music Live.
Oh, if I had my way, I would never go back. With my back to the wall, just let myself fall. Watch the daytimes turn black. But now and again I find you've crossed my mind. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, if I was a train, I would never slow down. My head in the sky and the world going by every nowhere time. As I write one more letter to you, no, I can't change the things that I do. One day when you discover just why I ran away from you, lover. Well, I know I'm to blame, I feel so ashamed. Call out your name. Oh, after the rain.
Now that's something special right there. Wow, great stuff. Jason Short covering Canada. So is this an album, I wonder, of Jason Short? Yep, we need to hear more, Jason. If this is an album of Canadian covers, I'm in, because I love me some Canadian music. Very, very cool stuff. And I love the Hammond in the background. Like, did you hear, I mean, this is going to get all a little bit weird and inside baseball, but did you hear the change up in the rotation of the Leslie cabinet on that Hammond? I don't know if it's an actual Hammond, but it sounds like it was, or it's someone that's using a virtual B3 that knows how to adjust their rotations. Wow. And then, yeah, GarageBand, I know. See, GarageBand, it does all the things. Very, very cool vibe. I dig it. Jeff Brush, hello. Just got here in time. Just saw these guys live in December. Cool. Great job. Great track. Very cool indeed. Thank you for sharing. Sharing is caring. Speaking of sharing, if you would like to share this show, hit the share button down below. And if you'd like to give it a thumbs up, hit the button or you'll be out of luck. I tried to do the rhyming thing. Didn't quite come through. All right, let's play this next track. Is from Shivering Demons, which just quietly is a pretty epic name for a band. If I see Shivering Demons, I'm like, yeah, I'm in already. And this is called Before I Leave, and they say, before I moved down to Austin, Texas, the group I got together had one last practice where we wrote and recorded this song, set up one mic in the middle of the basement and recorded the instruments live. Vocals and percussions were added after the fact. Hope you enjoy it and love your show. Well, thank you very much. So let's take a listen to this one, shall we? Shivering Demons with Before I Leave on Your Music Live.
Rolling. Not that one. Fuck! Keep it going. Yeah, keep it going.
Before I leave, I gotta tell you, my friend, before I let you off the hook again, stick the light, dig up the drill. I gotta pick my bone with you. Don't you love it when you fool me? Well, I gotta tell you, it wasn't easy to make you think every single time.
How cool is that? There is nothing quite like it. Yeah, I'm a bit distracted by the bag as well. There's nothing quite like live music, as in like playing live. The first first demo I recorded in the studio where we basically played live in that sort of way. It wasn't one microphone, we were like mic'd up and stuff, but yeah, you get this vibe of, you know, when you got players that are all there together, you're looking at each other, you're feeling off each other. Then yeah, just you get that sound, that organic raw sound that is really hard to reproduce in a one-by-one studio environment. So yeah, I know. If anything, I need that inspiration, Jenny. I need to go harder with my own stuff because yeah, I'm starting to reminisce about the days of distorted guitars and rock and roll. Because I'm not that I've gone soft, but I've become old, and as you get older, especially as a male, it's proven fact, it's science. The amount of testosterone you have reduces, the amount of estrogen increases, and you balance out. You become like I'll sit down and watch Love Actually and like be bawling my eyes out in some of those scenes, and that wasn't the case 10 years ago. But these days I'm just like, but it's just so sweet when he held up the cards. You know, trying to cut the lunch of his friend. But anyway, let's continue on and play some of this person here. Yeah, you know them as Michael, or you might know them as the name that they're also known as, and that is Zealand Band. And they've got a song called Have You Heard the News? Or have you? Well, I have heard the news that Michael, aka Zealand Band, is our next track, and we're playing it over here on the one, the only slaps.com, which is the music sharing platform from DistroKid, who are the sponsors of this very show. It all comes back around. Take it away, please. Michael, aka Zealand Band, have you heard the news? I love it. I love the tune. I love the sounds. I love the guitars. I love the mixing. I love everything. And I've just got, for some reason, while I'm listening to that song, like of Michael Rock, and Michael does a whole bunch of different genres and different styles. I'm just, because I'm just picturing Michael there, just like rocking out, like with everything going on. He's just like, yeah. And then he's like finishing the track, and then it's like, Michael, supper time. And he's like, yeah, coming, dear. Yeah. I don't know why I have that in my head. I think because sometimes when Michael's watching the show here, it's always around supper time for him over there in Canada. So, yeah, I've just got this vision of Michael like rocking out and then going, oh, supper time, I better go. And just like having a nice dignified supper and then coming back like, all right, back to rock. Yeah. Hello, Tony Collett. Are all these done in GarageBand? No. So we are platform agnostic here, my friend. So whatever platform, whatever genre, you'll hear it all. We'll play everything. We do not discriminate around here. As long as it's not hateful, as long as you're not preaching hate, then we're ready to go. Was that accurate, Michael? Oh, I love it a lot. All right, let's spin a Mike Haggith tune, shall we? Before the toilet break, we'll before we go down the rabbit hole or down the toilet bowl, let's play a Mike Haggith tune, because Mike Haggith again is another Canadian. Big Canadian focus here today, just quietly. He's a super cool dude. I had him on the show. We interviewed him on a recent interview here on Studio Live today. He's a very cool guy. He's a commercial airline pilot, a captain, and he's produced a whole bunch of albums. He's put his music on vinyl. He's just an all-round interesting, cool dude. And he's got a tune here. He says, "Hi, Pete and friends. Take Back the Moon is the 8th track from my 2020 album, If Ever Comes the Day. It's a song about the need to reconcile with our nation's Indigenous peoples. We have largely been impacted in a negative way by Canada's colonisation. Despite our friendly and easygoing appearance on the world stage, there is a huge issue which isn't discussed nearly enough. I hope you enjoy." Yeah, we kind of got issues like that around the world, Mike. Yeah, Australians seem pretty casual and laid back, but we got similar sorts of issues. Anyway, let's take a listen to this one. This is Take Back the Moon. The one, the only, Mike Haggith on Your Music Live.
Now I don't know if these rivers turn to gold, 'cause it was so as they traveled westward, bold and without a care for the ones residing there. I can't undo all the pain that this caused you, but take back the moon if you ask me to. Yeah, take back the moon if you ask me to. Would that please you? Would that please you? Isn't it a wonder if the stars should turn to stone? Where would that leave us? For we cannot for our own. The system he was crafted so that some may get ahead, with others being shafted. That supremacy was spread, but take back the moon if you ask me to. Yeah, take back the moon.
I love it because it's an upbeat kind of vibe. Great message, but great song and really cool upbeat vibe on there. And any song that rhymes crafted with shafted, as in getting shafted, is fine in my book. I'm going to put that in my rhyming, except because I'm here in Australia, I'd say crafted and shafted. Mate, go and get shafted, all right? If you're very good, I'll do some more of my Australian accent in the second half, eh? Throw another shrimp on the barbie, get me a Foster's. No one ever throws shrimp on Barbies. No one drinks Foster's. But yeah, sorry, back to Mike. Great mix, great song. Yeah, and the lovely lifting vibe. Hello, Joe. Glenn, how the sheep? How's everything going over there for you, speaking of people in Canada? It's Canada's world. We're all just living in it at the moment. And I hope everyone, I know Canada, like Australia, like many other places, is going through some challenges the fourth time around. So, yeah, I hope everyone stays safe, stays well, and look after each other. because we're all in the same boat. We are all one world. I think what we prove by this show and this community and other things is that, yeah, we're all just one. Like, I don't care. I don't care if you're black, white, male, female, whatever, anyone, anything. We're all the same. We are one, but we are many. So that's an Australian song. It's like an ad. Let's get on to our toilet break, shall we? Because we're running a little bit behind. Who would have thought it would be running behind? Because Johns won't shut up. We are going to play a toilet break. And not only is this going to feature one member of our wonderful community here, it is going to feature two of them. And here's a hint. I think that's his guitar right there. So, these mysterious artists say, "Hey Pete, Happy New Year and hope you've been keeping well. Auntie G and I have worked on a proper collaboration with this song where I wrote the music before handing the vocal melody and lyric writing over to Gertrude. Gertrude came up with a beautiful story about renovating her home and finding an old newspaper published in 1924 behind a wall. The song story highlights some of the stories in that paper, such as the workers in a local factory taking action for better employment rights." Very cool. A real snapshot of life nearly 100 years ago. All recorded and mastered in GarageBand. Hope everyone enjoys our latest collab. Much love from England and Norway. And that is, of course, Andy Goldsby and the one and only Gertrude, aka Auntie G. So we're going to take a listen to this one as our toilet break here today. This is Andy Goldsby and Auntie G with The House from 24. Toilet break time on Your Music Live. Honey G and Andy G, all the G's together at ease with The House from 24. And as Honey G said, that newspaper in the background is the actual one found. I love rando nostalgic stuff like that. It really, really interests me to hear stories like that. And I love, as you probably know, I love singer-songwriter stuff, and I love a song that has a story. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask here and write at the same time as I'm talking, which never works out well in the end. But yeah, I really love it when a song tells a story and has like a meaning behind it, because you folks will be able to look back on that and go, yeah, that was that time that I found that paper, and then I collaborated with Andy, and then we did the song, and it gives it a little like moment in time that you can always look back on, and I think that's super cool. Speaking of super cool, I would like to play a track from JDL, and now this is a cover song. And this is a cover song of a Queen tune. And I won't even tell you what it is, but and I haven't actually listened to this again because I trust JDL. But John David Lees has a cover of a Queen song, and we're going to play it for you right now to kick us off with part 2 of Your Music Live here on Studio Live today. Take us away, JDL.
Oh, you're gonna take me home tonight. Oh, down beside that red firelight. Oh, you're gonna let it all hang out. Fat bottom girls, you make the rock and roll go round. I was just a skinny lad, never knew no good from bad, but I knew love before I left my nursery. Left alone with big fat Fanny, she was such a naughty nanny. He big woman, he made a bad boy out of me. I've been singing with my band across the water, across the land. I've seen every blue-line floozy on the way, but their beauty and their style went kind of smooth after a while. Take me to them naughty ladies every time. Take me home tonight. Oh, down beside your red firelight. Oh, you gotta get it all. You got fat bottom girls, you make the rock and world go round.
Yeah. Sorry, you got to sing along. When I was a kid, I had the original, that black Greatest Hits Queen album that had that tune on it, and I dug it. It's just got a cool beat, like the love me a bit of Freddie, a little bit of Queen there. Hello, Lily Pillies. Hope you're doing well. Very a classic tune there from Queen. And I was chatting to someone actually about Queen and about that song the other day, and I said, look, is that it was before I even saw that JDL did a cover of this, and I'm like, look, is that 2022 appropriate these days? And they were like, yeah, it's body positive. It's not saying anything bad. It's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, okay. But the use of anyway, there's a slippery slope these days, isn't it? Like I was playing Lola the other day, and I was listening to the lyrics of that, just going, this one's a little bit disturbing with some of the lyrics, and even some of the odd ABBA tunes, like Waterloo. Couldn't escape if I wanted to. I'm like, yeah, that's not cool. So yeah, I think some of the tunes from the past, yeah, they don't quite translate these days. But someone who does translate to 2022 is our friend Jerry Gomes. Jerry says, Happy New Year, Pete. Happy New Year, Jerry. Here's another track from my band Ice Walk. The album called The Longest Prayer was recorded in 1986. Whew. Yes, I'm an old dude. Shout out to my old dudes. The album was recorded on 24-track 2-inch tape at Plant Studios in Salasuto, California. Hope you don't mind playing the old stuff. I promise I'm working on some new solo material. Well, not for anyone, but for Jerry, I think we'll make an exception. I do like to hear the old stuff. Like the show is mainly about new music, but hearing the origins of where some of the artists that are producing new music came from, I think is actually pretty cool too. So we are going to give this one a spin. This is a tune called No Words, and it is from Ice Walk, Jerry Gomes band from the 80s. And let's take a listen here on Your Music Live. Yeah, you got some Billy Idol vibe in there. You got some U2 vibe in there. You got a little bit of like, what's the Robert Palmer, the band that he was in back in the day? Yeah, definitely some 80s vibes there. And I just love, again, I love the idea of you dudes all rocking up, you know, like in your fluorescent shirts in 1986 into the studio, big 2-inch reels and 24-track mixing desk and just doing your thing and just like, what should we make the snare? Gated reverb? Okay. And just going, yeah, it's the 80s. Doing big lines of, sorry. I was got a little bit carried away there. No, not true. We got a whole bunch of stuff coming up here in the second half, by the way. I didn't tell you that. We've got some Jay coming up. We do have a Kronk song. See, I thought we didn't have a submission, but we do have a Kronk song. We've got a very special cover from our friend Al, Night Train 1988. And we got brand new Alex Backus. Come on, who's not going to hang around for that lineup here in the second half? But first, before all of that, because you can't do that. You can't give the promo and then just play them straight away. You've got to keep people waiting. That's what I've learned from 42 years of commercial television. But Happy Ron. Are there any Happy Ron fans in the house? Who's a fan of the guitar-lele with a little bit of stand-up bass? Yeah, Happy Ron. It's Happy Ron's world. When I grow up, I said this the other day. I said, when I grow up, I want to be Ron. Ron Ward, Happy Ron, I don't care. Ron, what's the news guy? Anchorman? Ron Burgundy? Yeah, I just want to be a Ron. So let's play. Yeah, In Excess. Sorry, that last track was a bit In Excess as well. So let's play this one. This is from our friend Happy Ron, and he says, the best true story I ever wrote that has nothing to do with my actual life. Yeah, shout out to true stories that are completely made up. Happy Ron with You Still Sing to Me, a live version on Your Music Live.
When I was young, you sang in our red Chevy car. I loved your voice and your Martin guitar. I left for Nashville to sing my songs, but time has passed and now you're gone. I wasn't ready when the Lord took you to the stars, but I still hear your beautiful lullaby. It sounds like never having to say goodbye. You still sing to me. You still sing to me. So now I tell my children your tales. We sing Honky Tonk Angel and Happy Trails. You taught us all that song can bring, how it connects us to everything. Your music lifts us up, it never fails. So you've made a family of love, a choir you still lead from above. You still sing to me. You still sing to me. Live.
A little bit of Happy Ron, yeah. And what did someone say there? Very, very mellow mix tonight. We have had a little bit of rock, but there has been more of a mellow kind of vibe with a lot of the tunes that we've been playing. We do have some rockers to finish up here tonight, and something that's going to make you move and groove. So we do run the gamut here. By the way, thank you for being here, and thank you to our wonderful sponsors, DistroKid. Yeah, we couldn't keep the lights on without them, and to give you an idea of how important they are, here's a little bit of behind the scenes inside baseball stuff for you that I don't normally talk about, but because this is my full-time gig, what happens at the start of every quarter is that, so when you're doing YouTube stuff and you're sort of banking on advertising revenue and things like that, the advertisers, they all reset on the 1st of January. So all the people that were putting ads on videos, so you'd know all the different people, like a lot of different music companies, a lot of different hardware, and all the stuff you listen to and that you see as ads, they redo their budgets. And let's just say that they're a little bit lighter on for the first quarter of 2022. So it's funny when I'm just like, okay, here we go, 31st of December, and I'm like, here comes the roller coaster, and then it comes back again. So it swings and roundabouts. But it is folks like DistroKid who sponsor shows like this that mean that I can actually do this full time as my job. And it means that there's these platforms that you can share your music into. So, like I say, I don't usually go behind the scenes with that sort of stuff, but I think it's important to know the importance of people like DistroKid and why they are super, super cool. Let's take a listen to this one. This is Doorways into Music. I think I saw you here in the chat before. They've got a submission here. It says, "Hi Pete, this is the first song I ever did in GarageBand. It was inspired by my son, who is a video game streamer and often dances during his stream, and also for some reason was always breaking dishes." Okay. The combination resulted in him actually dancing on broken glass one night. The best thing about the song is that it is short. It is 1 minute 11. We're going to play the whole thing. 1 minute 11. We can play a 1 minute 11 song. Doorways into Music, dancing on broken glass in Your Music Live. I approve. Very cool stuff there from Doorways into Music with what is it? Dancing on Broken Glass. And wasn't there an Annie Lennox? Yeah, that was Walking On Broken Glass. Do, 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 do. That's also a really cool tune. So Ingo, you should get someone, Auntie G, to sing that Walking on Broken Glass cover for you. Or like Capsalam. Who else have we got? Like female vocalists that could crush some Annie Lennox around here. Jenny from Wolfstone Studio. Yeah, there's lots of cool artists that I think would be able to sing on that. So there you go. Job for you, Ingo, because you don't have enough going on in your world, mate. do a Walking on Broken Glass cover, because that would be really cool, because it's got like some bits that you could do. You could do some really cool horns and strings over the top of that arrangement. Here I am telling Ingo how to suck eggs. But yeah, very, very cool. Very cool stuff. Nice little piano, clever stuff going on there from Doorways into Music. And as with all the other tunes that we play here today, jump down into the description, because you're going to be able to find all of the songs we play down there below, including this next one. We're going to go over to the Cloud of Sounds for this one, because we've got some Kronk song for you. Where are my Kronk fans at? Yeah, again, Kronk song. He's the one who creates the Your Music Live theme, the GarageBand Weekly theme, all the theme music that I play here. I'm no good at theme music. So Kronk song just creates it and sends it to me. And he's like, here's another theme. Like when I do my 50th show, he's like, here's a theme for your 50th show. I'm like, yeah, cool. Thank you, Kronk song. You're a legend. So let's play the latest Kronk song. And what does Mark say about this one? Just got in from walking the dog, picked up my new cheapo guitar build, plugged it into GarageBand, and this happened. I hope you like it. Very cool. I love it. I love the spontaneity of "and this happened." Yeah. All right. Let's take a listen to this one. Clever Girl, Kronk song on Your Music Live.
I walk my dog every morning. She's always down there at my heel. Unless she sees a squirrel, then she'll do whatever she feels. She's such a clever girl, she never gets me in a whirl. She likes to please me, she likes to please me. Come on, there's a good girl. Good cow. Oh, you're so well behaved. Oh, why can't I be like her? I think my life would be so much easier. She's such a clever girl, she never gets me in a whirl. She likes to please me, she likes to please me. She's such a clever girl, she never gets me in a whirl. She likes to please me, she likes to please me. She's such a clever girl, she never gets me in a whirl. She likes to please me, she likes to please me.
Yeah, indeed. The one, the only Kronk song here on Your Music Live with Clever Girl. Very, very cool stuff. An absolute jam there, as usual, from Kronk Song. And if you want to be like Kronk Song and you want to submit your music here to Your Music Live, do jump down into the description. There is a link down there. It is studiolivetoday.com/YML. And we're almost caught up. So I'm only about a week or two behind. So it means that when you submit a song, you'll usually only be waiting at the moment. So get in now. Get your song submitted now, because by the time we hit about March, we usually will be back to our 4, 5, 6 weeks behind, because it's just kind of hard. Unless I make this show 3 or 4 hours long, I'm not going to be able to keep up with the amount of music. But that's okay, because we will get there eventually. All right. Hands up who likes metal. Hands up who likes collaborations. Hands up who likes GarageBand and Cubases. Yeah, all my hands are up. I don't have enough hands to go up. So this one is from Hold and Ed B. Metal. Yeah, a couple of familiar names there. Said, I wrote this song in my mum's garage and Ed B. Metal provided excellent guitar, mixing and video. So why don't we jump on over and take a listen to this one. This is a original tune called None. This is Hold and Ed B. Metal on Your Music Live. Look at that. I even played half a guitar solo. Yeah, some thumping drums, some rockin' tunes there with our friends Hold and Ed B. Metal. Hope you are all doing well here. We have 30 minutes to go, so we've got half an hour left in this very show, and we will be back again next week and every week here. Same bat time, same bat channel. We do have a few changes that we're making here. Next week, I'm working on a new feature that I won't spoil here, but watch this space during the week. We're going to do something a little bit interesting. It may work well, it may be a complete and utter fail, but it will give you the opportunity to be a little bit more interactive with Your Music Live. So watch this space for that one. Shawn Chandler, hello to you if I didn't say g'day to you earlier. Yeah, some very nice metal going on there. I dig it in a big bad way. Speaking of digging things, I better mark that one off on my list as played, or I will get all out of whack. Let's move on to this next tune. This one is from our friend Alex Backus. Yeah, so Alex is a creator who crafts songs that he doesn't release a lot. He's not prolific in terms of the volume, but in terms of quality, yeah, you really can't go past the one and only Alex Backus. From 2 years ago, his Song Temper song, the one with the beep, that one just still, like, every time I listen to it, I'm just like, yeah, man. It'll come on from time to time. I'm like, Alex Backus, woo! And he is one of my wonderful patrons as well, as many of you are. So a big shout out, a huge thank you to my Patreon crew. We will be having some fun next week. So later in the week, we've got some live Patreon live shows. I'll be writing and recording and creating a song, and I'll be doing that live on Patreon. So if that's the sort of thing you dig, consider becoming a patron. All right, let's play this tune. This is Alex Backus with a song called Balance. Let's take a listen on Your Music Live. That reminds me so much. Every time I hear an Alex Backus tune, I'm like, Alex, did you grow up listening to the Ministry of Sound annuals? Because it's got such a Ministry of Sound kind of vibe in a good way. And I love the chill out sessions, but I also love the annuals, which is weird because I was never like a big sort of drum and bass or electronic music guy back in the day. But there was just something about that. As Thomas says here, it could easily be in the clubs. I liked that. I liked a good DJ that could mix sounds well and could create a vibe that's just like a really cool background vibe like that. So very well done from our friend Alex Backus. Thank you all for being here on Your Music Live. We're going to jump into a next tune now. Our man Wi-Fi has a few personalities, let's just say. He has a few different personas. He's a person of mystery. I'm not going to even say a man of mystery because who knows? I'm not going to be gender biased in this day and age. It's your jigsaw puzzle, and that's kind of what I like about Wi-Fi is I don't really know what's going on. There's a few artists. There's QB the Penguin is a bit like this. We've got EmoBot 9000, and now we have Wi-Fi. So the more the merrier when it comes to intriguing unknown entities. And Wi-Fi says this time around, there is nothing more difficult than trying to get over a broken heart. Join yet another persona in the world of Wi-Fi, Wilder, one name like Madonna. Okay, as he attempts to heal his wounds by writing a slow song that hopefully will in some way help you too. This is a prelude to a full-length ballad called Get Over You. And the artist that they've put in here this time around is Hootie and the Wi-Fi. So, yes, go figure. So let's take a listen to this. This is called Get Over You. This is Wi-Fi on Your Music Live.
Force myself out of bed. I put my clothes on like I always have. I eat some food like nothing's changed. But the scent of your body on mine makes the days not end and my taste not right. I'll never fully get over you. Can't go back to the life I knew. Yeah, I'm sick to death, can't get out of my bed. Heart's burning instead. Since the day we met, I'm just trying to get through. I'll never fully get over you. Never fully get over you.
Now, that's how you write a ballad. Yeah. Chord progression for the win. Lyrics for the win. Yeah. Great stuff. Very nice vocals. Nice groove. Good stuff going on there from our friend Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, Hootie and the Wi-Fish. I don't know. The name changes every time. The Wi-Fi MCA. I want to see Wi-Fi. I want to see Wi-Fi doing a Village People cover. Actually, has Ingo, have Black Covers ever done a Village People tune? That would be cool. You could do a collaboration of the YMCA and get everyone in the community to do the dance. That would be pretty epic, just quietly. All right, I'm going to play this song now. This one's something a bit special. So you would know our friend Al. known as Night Train 1988. And you also know the wonderful one and only Jade Starr. And there's they've kind of come together a couple of times. Al's done a cover of a Jade tune before, but this one, he says, so this is my cover of Freak by our good friend Jade Starr. Gender Optimized 2.0 is a great album. I agree. I have it on CD, thanks to Jade, who sent it to me. So it's difficult to choose which song to cover, but I went with Freak as it's one of my favorites. Me too. Warning, there is a single F-bomb at just over a minute. There you go. You have been warned. Recorded as usual using GarageBand on iPad Pro and mastered using Final Touch. Happy New Year to you and all in the community. Happy New Year to you too, Al. I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. I hope you are doing okay, and the same to everyone. I know it's an interesting time. Let's just say that. Let's just call it challenging and interesting. But music will get us through, and music like this. So this is a cover of Jade Starr Dread Circus by Night Train 1988, and it is Freak here on Your Music Live.
Decisions are my own, don't need permission to control my fate. There's something missing, unknown, unknown. I hope I haven't left it too late. So now you know a little slice of me. Set free. I am smiling, does that mean I am free? I don't care 'cause I'm happy that I'm free.
Very cool song, very cool cover, very good stuff. It is amazing when we get to the point where we've got the community covering other people in the community songs. It's like next level. It's become kind of Inception around here, and it's in a good way. And Al does a good job there. Sorry, Al, I had your volume up a bit too loud. I wanted to hear it better, and then I clipped it a little bit there. So that was me. That wasn't Al's mixing and mastering. That was me that had the volume up too loud on that one because I wanted you to hear it as best you can. Jade is a tough one to cover. I agree. Gregory O'Sullivan. And speaking of Gregory O'Sullivan and covers, hey, I actually got a segue that makes sense. Gregory O'Sullivan says, Ian Luckett from the Metalhead Hippie Show heard my cover of Just Like Heaven and suggested I cover A Forest. I thought it was too guitar-y for me to manage to do a decent job of without an actual guitarist, but it turned out it wasn't too bad. So why don't we jump over and listen to this one from Gregory O'Sullivan and a cover version of the song A Forest. Sorry, it keeps playing. YouTube loves their autoplay. They love to play things. Love it. So this is Gregory O'Sullivan with A Forest on Your Music Live. I had to at least give you a taste of the the vocals. Man, we had some long intros back in the 80s, didn't we? Very, very cool version there from Gregory O'Sullivan. Go and check it out. Go and check out all of the songs that we've played here on the show because they are all down in the description. That's right. I do all the hard work, so you just get to kick back, relax, and enjoy the music, and you don't have to do nothing. See? Speaking of nothing... Okay, this is going to be a bad segue. By the way, we played that tune, the Jade Star song covered by Al, Night Train 1988. And before we move on, yeah, the message in that, and look, it should go without saying, but it doesn't. Like 2022, people, you just be you. Like, be whatever you are. And for anyone out there that thinks that it's okay to judge people based on their own decisions that have no impact on you, I don't say much is black and white or wrong and right, but you're wrong. You're 100% wrong. Because if a consenting adult wants to do something and you don't agree with it, that's actually just too bad. Too bad, too sad. So, yeah, stay in your lane, run your own race, and, yeah, let people be themselves. And for those that think that they can tell other people what they can be or not, then boo, I say. And I'm not saying boo earns, I'm saying boo. No More Soul. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, my friend. This is the first song off my first ever serious album, Anti-Gravity, released November last year. The song is called I May Be Lost, and it's about admitting I don't have all the answers, and sometimes I can wind up in the wrong places in life, but God always finds a way to guide me back home. I'm particularly proud of the super long sustain I did on the second chorus. That was an improv. Very cool. May everyone's 2022 be blessed. Well, thank you to our friend No More Soul, and let's take a listen to this one. I May Be Lost, No More Soul on Your Music Live. little bit of No More Soul. I may be lost, and some Musey kind of vibes. I know that our man Amarasea is a bit of a Muse fan and digs on that kind of vibe. I like the video of that one too. Looked really cool. The beat is demented in a good way. Right? Exactly. Yeah, very good stuff. Annie G said, I didn't expect that, but sometimes the unexpected can surprise in a good way. Exactly. Expect the unexpected. What was that from? They're tiny, they're toony, they're all the little loony, and in this cartoony, they're invading your TV at Acme University. We earn our Toon degree. Yeah, sorry, Tiny Toons. Thank you to No More Soul. And look, I'll say this. For those that are joining us in 2022 and they're like, Pete, why do you play Christian songs? I'm like, well, I play songs about, like, the devil. Music is whatever you want it to be. And I don't think, literally, unless someone's preaching hate or telling other people what they can and can't do, I'll play it. So yeah, we play all genres, we play all types of music. The only thing that we don't play is anything that's preaching any sort of intolerance to other people. So if you're going to say, I love my family, I love my friends, I love my God, I don't care. Whatever inspires you, whatever helps you make music and gets you through, especially in this day and age, is fine by me. As long as you're not telling anyone else what they can and can't do, go your hardest. That's my thing. Yeah, I need to do a Tiny Toons cover, don't we? Alrighty, let's play another tune, shall we? So this one is actually, this is interesting. We'll give this one a spin because our man Adam Burse, as many of you may know, he says, "Hi guys, this is my second track I created for the hashtag Adam Burse Jam challenges that I'm doing bi-monthly on my channel. All the information is in the video description regarding the deadline, BPM, backing track links, as well as how to submit your entry on YouTube. The main thing is to improvise and have fun. This is open to any instrument as well as vocals to improvise to one of the backing tracks. This was recorded using Studio 1.5 Professional." And I like this. I like it when folks do things a bit different, do things that are going to encourage collaboration and participation and all that kind of jazz. So let's just jump in and take a listen to this one, shall we? This is Groove and D, our man Adam Burse on Your Music Live. Look at those strings. Should have had my guitar ready to jam along with Adam, or do I have to do some vocals? Rocking down in the Badlands, rocking in the Badlands, rocking with my buddy Adam Burse, who always delivers. Oh, exactly. Adam is rocking hard. He does a good job over there in Wales. Yes, one of the few Welsh community members. Anyone else from Wales out there? Give me a shout. And by the way, if you're watching on the replay, I know not everyone can catch the show live, and that's totally cool. If you are watching on the replay, don't worry, just we love you just as much. Just leave us a comment down below and let us know if you dug the show, because it's time to go. Well, it's not quite. We've got about 10 minutes left. Thomas Christ is live. He's back with Thomas Christ Live. And Thomas, why don't you throw a link to your show? Because I know you'd be there getting ready, getting set up. So before you go and before you do all that, why don't you leave a link here and we'll see if folks want to come on over. If you dig on that kind of vibe, if you dig on some industrial, some metal, some hard rock, some good music, to come and check out Thomas Christ Live. I'll be doing it. All the cool kids are doing it. Come on, bit of peer pressure. All the cool kids are doing it. Yeah, right. Let's continue on, shall we? So this is Corrosion. Corrosion? Yes, Corrosion of the Closed. Now, this is Stick for Guns. This is our friend Richard, who says, more of a minimalist tune for me. I can tend to use loads of layers. Started out with the main synth hook and let it run out the tune, through the tune. So Sticks with Guns, another one of my favourite artist names, and this is a tune called Corrosion of the Closed. Your Music Live. Said it before, but Richard's stuff, Sticks for Guns, it features prominently on my playlists of chill out tunes that I use when I'm doing my admin. So yesterday the cricket was on, so I must admit I was distracted. I was watching cricket while I was doing my admin. But usually when there's no cricket on, I will throw on some Delicate Giants. I'll throw on some Patrick Moonbird. I'll throw on some Sticks for Guns. I've got all of these folks in a bunch of playlists. I should probably share them at some stage, make them public here on the channel, so that all you folks can use the same stuff, because all of these really chilled vibes that you don't really have to be listening to intently, but they just create this great background trancey state that helps you get stuff done. Really good for studying, really good for working. So maybe that's something I need to do in the future, is create a best of Pete's best of focus playlist. But very cool stuff there from Sticks for Guns. Speaking of very cool stuff, we got some wolves coming up. Sorry, I'll never do that again. Like, Johns, what are you doing? You're making all the noise today. I know, it's when you would have noticed this, when I get past about the hour and a half mark, I kind of get distracted. I'm like, oh, a squirrel. Oh, something shiny. Oh, I'm going to do an accent. Oh, let's pretend we're a wolf. It gets a bit weird around here. So, Wolfstone Studio, though, Ron and Jenny, I hope you are well. I hope things are going okay down there in Florida. Yes. A Florida man today listened to Wolfstone Studio and thought it was rocking. Hi, Pete. A long time ago, I went from not caring much about music to being passionate about music after seeing a Bruce Springsteen concert. Well, he's the boss. You have to do what the boss says. I put together a cover of one of those songs using all GarageBand instruments. Thanks for letting me share this with you and the YML community. We've had some cool covers here today, just quietly. Oh, The River. Yeah, The River's one of my favourite Springsteen tunes. So let's take a listen to this one, shall we? This is Wolfstone Studio and their cover of The River by Bruce Springsteen on your Music Live.
From down in the valley, when you're young, they bring you up to do like your daddy done. Me and Mary, we met in high school when she was just 17. We ride out of this valley down to where the fields were green. We
sounds better without the noise that comes from Springsteen. Yeah, you need some more like... Yeah, I reckon Ron actually sings that better than Bruce. If you dig Bruce Springsteen, especially sort of early Springsteen stuff, the new Killers album, it's like... Because I love Brandon Flowers and I love his voice and I love the Killers vibe, but it's very similar to some early Springsteen, but with a bit of Killers flair. So I highly recommend I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, the one with the cross and the picture in the front. Someone will know the name of it, but yeah, go listen to the latest Killers album if you got some sort of streaming service. Very, very good stuff. But yes, I agree. Big claps all round. Very nicely done from our friends Wolf Stone Studio. All right, we have 2 more songs to go. This is our, say it with me, folks, penultimate song. Yeah, the second to last tune of the week. Can you believe that 2 hours just went bang, straight past us, just like that? We're going to rock your socks off with these last couple, because I know it's been a bit mellow. We've had some nice laid-back acoustic stuff. We've had some nice sort of chill music. I've saved you a couple of absolute rockers for these last 2 so that you can leave with a spring in your step. I know, just before bed. For the folks in Europe and the UK, I'm sorry. You're like, all right, I'll have a cup of tea and I'll have a little light. Oh no, Pete's played a rocker. What on earth was that accent? Oh wow, that was like the Simpsons version of the Beatles in that Yellow Submarine. Oh, help us, help us. Like it was like an attempt at a Liverpudlian, but didn't work. Anyway, Travis Browick. I apologize for that intro, my friend. Travis Browick says the song is called Utopia, is one of my favorites from the most recent album and is probably the heaviest and loudest I have to offer. There you go. Let's start this one. He's asking for it to be started at the 1:32 mark, which looks like it's about to kick back in here. So let's take a listen to this one. Utopia from Travis Browick on Your Music Live. How good is it? Travis Browick from his album The Patriot, and that is Utopia here on Your Music Live, right? I told you that the penultimate one would be pretty good, which can only mean that the ultimate song is going to be a little bit next level, because we've got a new track from our friend Jay. Now, Jay is one of the artists over on slaps.com that every time I see something posted, I go and listen to it pretty much immediately, because it is right up my alley. It always rocks. It is always really well crafted and constructed music. So we are going to close out with some Jay here tonight, but not before I say thank you all for being here. If you're here live or if you're watching on the replay, I do really appreciate you. This show is only made possible by you and them. So you bring the awesome, you bring the great music, you bring the excellent ambience that we get here with everyone here in the chat live and all the comments that we get down in the comment section after the show. So if you're listening for the first time or even if you're listening for the 100th time, make sure you let us know. Leave a comment. Even if you're just lurking around the place, leave a comment in the chat, drop down into the description or drop down in the comments below and leave a comment and let us know which tunes you dug. Let us know what you want to see and hear more of here on Your Music Live because, again, it is YouTube, not MeTube, and it's Your Music Live, not My Music Live. Huge thanks to DistroKid. They keep the lights on around here. And if you want to release your music online to Spotify, to Apple Music, to Deezer, to Amazon, to Tidal, to all of the places with just one simple upload, DistroKid got you covered. Use that link there or down in the description and you'll save yourself 7% off your first year on any DistroKid plan. Alrighty, let's jump in, shall we, and take a listen to our last song, the ultimate song, and this is from our friend Jay, and this is a tune called Shades of You. And Jay says, "Hey Pete, I hope you're having a fantastic show today with the Studio Live Today community. It's like you knew. How did you know, Jay?" Yes, we are. My track Shades of You is a work in progress instrumental I've been working on for my latest album. The goal in mind for this track is to mix metal with cinematic elements in a way that doesn't suck. Critical feedback on the production, writing, or anything else you can think of is always welcomed, and I hope you enjoy. So let's go out with this one. Feel free to say farewell to each other in the chat, and thank you again, everyone, for being here. We'll see you tomorrow for the happy hour, next week for another episode of Your Music Live, and plenty of other stuff coming around the channel through the week. Take care of yourselves. Rock on. This is Jay. Thank you again, everyone, for being here on Your Music Live. Thank you to DistroKid for sponsoring the show. Remember, folks, please, this week, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, keep creating, and I'll see you real soon. Bye for now.